get ready with me today. So on my days off, I like to drink champagne. It's a new decision that I made in my life to just make it a point to try my best if I'm going to drink any alcohol, to specifically just drink champagne. And I can't afford expensive champagne, but because of that, I'm not going to deprive myself. So cheap champagne is my current favorite. And I don't drink every day. This bottle will last me a month and a half or two. And I did feature this in a previous video. This is kind of like a champagne stopper that you could find on Amazon. This Andre champagne bottle, it comes with a resealable cap, but since I have this, I just replace it with this champagne stopper. This is the strawberry flavor. It has hints of watermelon and strawberry. Just such a deliciously pretty drink visually and to your palate. So, you know what? Cheers to you. I've also changed. When I first started my YouTube with my champagne glass, I wasn't very much aware of how I wanted to hold my glass. Now that I've been doing it so often, I just automatically just grasp my champagne flute here and drink. I'm not a professional, but I'm just sharing how I've changed from when I first started drinking champagne to now in a matter of just so many months. While we're on that subject, I watched Helpful DIY, his YouTube tutorial on 3 ways you can hold your champagne glass, and I wanted to share it. So one way to hold your champagne glass is by using these two to kind of like get a very firm grip on it. So these 3 fingers on the stem, and then these 2 kind of like anchor it. 3 fingers, 2 fingers, anchor. The second way, it's still kind of the same concept. You have these 3, except now you can slide it into the crook, bring it up, and have these 3, your upper 3, thumb, and these 2, and then of course there's a third way, just holding your glass this way. Which do you prefer? I think personally I prefer this way. The 3 finger and 2 anchoring it. It's my favorite way. By the way, this champagne flute is a purchase from Ross. It was $4.99. I'm not going to round off. I like the 99 part at the end of prices. So this was a recent purchase. I collect champagne flutes, so I definitely added this to my collection. Another thing I wanted to add, one thing that was a fail, a recent purchase, were these nails. What happened is they bend. If you are doing like something extremely, so this was a fail. They bend, but they're fine because I prefer short. So what happened was I put them on, and I use this glue. I do use this Kiss brand glue that I buy from the 99-cent store, which is a really, really great glue. And I put them on, and the tips, these 2 nails, they bent. So all I did was I just clipped them. And I've showered. I put these on yesterday morning, showered yesterday, showered today with these on, you know, wash my hands continuously through the day, and they're still on. I didn't have to re-glue any of these. So that's the downside of this brand, is they do tend to bend at the tips. The other fingers didn't. The only ones that did were these 2, and I use my iPhone to record all my shorts, all my social media content. So I do like having Google as an alternative to you know, music or whatever it is I need in regards to when I'm creating content. Hey Google, turn music level up to 50%. Hey Google, play Mozart. Hey Google, play Mozart.
Playing Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart on piano.
Mozart is my favorite background music to play when I'm shooting content. So while we're still on the subject of technology, you know, AI and everything else, I wanted to once again dwell on the Yuka app and how great that Yuka app is. So not trying to come off as being knowledgeable about it, but I did read up, and this is what I can recall from reading about it. So California recently adopted a law that prohibits something in regards to red dye in products, and so that's, and you know, it wasn't until I installed the Yuka app and started scanning products that I realized a lot of beauty products contain this one type of ingredient that's just very, it's just at, it puts our liver at high risk. And I thought that was just really interesting. So I really wanted to dwell on the importance of when Yuka does show you products that are just excellent and good. And this John Frieda Violet Crush conditioner brand, this rated as good, and this Lumino brightening pen. So not trying to come off as being knowledgeable about it, but I did read up, and this is what I can recall from reading about it. So California recently adopted a law that prohibits something in regards to red dye in products, and so that's, and you know, it wasn't until I installed the Yuka app and started scanning products that I realized a lot of beauty products contain this one type of ingredient that's just very, it's just at, it puts our liver at high risk. And I thought that was just really interesting. So I really wanted to dwell on the importance of when Yuka does show you products that are just excellent and good. And this John Frieda Violet Crush conditioner brand, this rated as good, and this Lumino brightening pen. So this Lumino brightening pen, it rated as excellent on that Yuka app. So it only makes sense if you were going to choose to purchase a brightening pen, definitely make it a point to purchase a Lumino brightening pen, because it really rated excellent on that Yuka app. And I can attest, this has just no sensitivity on your teeth at all. This is really, really, truly a recommended product, and it's backed by that Yuka app. This Curel Facial Mist Moisturizer, Japanese skincare, this is something I recommend. It didn't rate that well on the Yuka app, but then, you know, it didn't have an alternative. And that's the great thing about that Yuka app. If it rates something, if it does have a healthier alternative, it will show it to you. If the Yuka app doesn't give me an alternative, I have no other option but to stay with the product. So this Curel, I mean, this is pretty good because of winter and summer, and you know, I will eventually be living in a very tropical and humid climate, and this is definitely an item that I want to have in my arsenal. And now that we are also in this cold season, fall and winter, I think this is a perfect product, beauty product, to have in your skincare arsenal. Winter does dry out our skin, and what I love about this is it's a moisturizer, but it is a spray moisturizer. So, I mean, you can spray it over your makeup versus a moisturizer that's kind of like solid, where you physically have to get in there with your